Hello! So today we have to review this cool item. Guess what it is? No, it's not. It's just a light tube. This is the Amaran T4C by Aputure. We're gonna check it out after the intro. Hello, welcome to a new video. Welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, hit subscribe right now. You know what to do, guys. I'm not gonna tell you once again. I will. This is the Aputure Amaran T4C. 4 stands for the number of feet, which is the length of this light. I mean, look how big it doesn't even fit in the 16 millimeters. 4 feet equal 120 centimeters. There's another one, actually. You can see how tall that is, just hitting my lamp. 40 watt full color LED light. It can work as CCT light, covering temperatures from 2500 to 7500 Kelvin, but also it works as an RGB, as you can see right there. Let's do some unboxing, and we are gonna start from this lovely padded case. Again, huge. I'm gonna show you quickly inside the case. You got different compartments for the different tools you will find there, apart from the instructions, of course. Not to mention, you will find the light itself. Then it comes with a ring. This is a 3/8 inch ring that allows you to mount and hang your light wherever you like to. And then we've got the power cable with the adapter. Of course, last but not the least, we have the battery itself that comes on and off and can be charged separately. For this light, we have 2 different sizes. It's the T2C, which is 2 feet and it measures 60 centimeters. And then you get the 4 feet, 120 centimeters, as we mentioned. With the battery attached to the light, the size actually changes and the length reaches 141 centimeters. The width is more or less 4 centimeters. In terms of weight, the 120 centimeters, the T4C weighs 1.59 kilos. If you want to hold it, yeah, it's a bit heavy. Really nice. Prices wise, we have the T2C at the price of £206. This one here, the T4C, costs £340. All the links in the description tab. Let's talk about the build, and it's very good quality to the touch and actually to the sight as well. Aluminum, apart from the cover for the LEDs, which is plastic, but everything else, battery included, is aluminum, and the back of the light itself. It features quite a wide range of mounting options. At the back of the light, you will have different threads from 1/4 inch. For example, you've got 2 here at the end of the light. You also have 1 3/8 inch thread for other stands, like C-stands and so on. Then you have the same thing here at the center of the light. And another set at the very top of your light. We'll also find a 3/8 inch thread at the top of the light itself, and the same thing under the battery here. But also we find on the battery another 1/4 inch thread at the front of it. In terms of power options, as we mentioned, we have the cable right here, which can be connected directly to the light. So if you don't want to use the battery, you can use the cable directly to power your light. This is the DC in port for your adapter, and it's very simple. You just plug it here and you connect the other extremity to the socket. But we also have this battery, which can be charged again through the same cable that you're using for the light. By pressing this button, you can see how much charge you still have. You just slide it in, spin it, lock it, and now The battery comes with a cable already that can be connected to the light itself. And now you are powering the light through the battery. To charge the battery fully, it takes 100 minutes and the battery lasts more or less 2 hours. But if you want to, you can also power the light through a V-mount, as long as you have the same cable, like a DC in cable that connects to the light. So different options there in terms of power, which is great. And as you're talking about battery and the power, there's a nice option. Actually, it's a battery settings from the menu that allows you to manage the battery time as you wish. So if you are on a shoot, for example, for 8 hours and you need your light to run for 8 hours, there's an option to set that time. Of course, you're going to reduce the power of the light, and the interface inside the light is going to calculate the amount of time and power to match your requirements. We can go to the menu, slide through battery settings, we click, and you can choose literally the time, the running time, so 2 hours, 6 hours, and so on. Let's say I want to run the light for 8 hours. I click on it and he is asking me if I want to confirm. Yes. And now the interface, as I mentioned, is calculating the power of the light that I can use to achieve 8 hours of running time. So if I go back to the HSI mode and I want to go to full power to 100%, the light will not allow me to do so because I will not reach 8 hours of running time. So the maximum power I can achieve now is 24%. It's a great feature, so you can literally manage it as you wish. Let's talk about some of the key features of this lovely product. In terms of lumens, it's 744 at 1 meter of distance from the subject at 5600 Kelvin degrees, so white light. Then this is an RGB light, as we mentioned before, and through the menu you can change all the different hues of the spectrum of the light, the saturation and the intensity of the light. And once again, it's all here in the menu. You just go in HSI mode and then you can select the intensity. So look at this, this is 100% now. Woo! It's really cool actually. Then of course we can change the hue, so you can reach each color you like and the saturation of that specific color as well. So that's 0%, we go to 100. We also have the CCT mode, which corresponds to a bicolor light. It goes from 2500 Kelvin up to 7500. And once again, you can choose your temperature. As you can see, we're going a bit warmer and a bit cooler up there to 7500 degrees. Scrolling down the menu, we will find some gels, which are already some presets for you. There you go, you can see the different literally they reproduce the gels used in cinematography, more or less, you know, a bit warmer and cooler and so on. Nothing you cannot achieve with the RGB mode. But also you can adjust the tint here of the light to match any other light. So you can go to a greenish tint or to a pinkish tint. Last but not the least of the function is effects. We've got 15 different effects, including candle lights, paparazzi, lighting, TV effects, and so on. Paparazzi effect, for example. I mean, you've got all these different things, and yeah, it's fun. It can be useful actually if you're filming any short movies or as such. And then separately, you can actually buy a grid to place in front of your light that can help you to direct the light a bit more. It's like a honeycomb grid for soft boxes, for studio lights, for example. But in this case, it's going to be a vertical and very long grid to place your light inside. You can also find an app called Sidus Link, and through the app you can set up different lights in specific groups, so you can manage different lights at the same time. For example, I can give a color to this light and a specific intensity and change the other one just through the app and your smartphone. So it's great to do that from remote. I want to try to use one of these two lights as a key light. So I'm gonna turn my studio light off, which has a softbox, and I'm gonna replace it with one of these two lights. See what we can do in a YouTube studio environment. And here I am on the T4C as a key light. This is probably 40 centimeters away from my face, right off camera. Actually, it's not too bad. I thought it was gonna be harsher without a softbox, but the plastic cover, it works really nicely actually. So yeah, there you go. I replaced my studio light with another light tube by Amaran. So nice, I like it. So we can actually use it as a key light. All right, I'm gonna go back to my studio light with a softbox, and I'm gonna put this light at the back, replacing what I've got there, just to use it as another background light. Bear in mind this is a fill light, as you can see here. So different ways to use the light. Yeah, what I noticed, without the grid that you can buy separately, the light really spills around and you can see my background is brighter because there's more light going through. While on my softbox, with my softbox, I can direct the light as I want to. Here we are. I replaced my background light with the T4C in orange. As you can see, it's much better than before because the size is bigger than my previous light, so the light just spills all over the room. I'm really enjoying the two lights, and especially you see them a lot in music videos nowadays, but they can be useful for interviews, YouTube studio videos, of course, but also very, very handy for photography, product photography, portrait, to use the RGB mode, and in nighttime, so you can go in the city, take some nice shots. Definitely recommend it. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, hit subscribe. I will see you in the next one. A lot of new stuff coming, so I hope to see you there. Ciao.